Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Hello Internet, my name is Kade Stirling and this is Eggroll TImes, a news show where I take some of the biggest news stories from the week and compress them down into bite-sized chunks so that you can be in the loop and ready to go for the week ahead. Let's get started. Washington, D.C. and other East Coast cities were hit by a monster storm on Friday, January 22nd. Nearly a quarter of the US population is caught in the crosshairs of this massive blizzard, and thousands woke up Friday morning without power and winds reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour. While reporting on the blizzard, CNN meteorologist Chad Myers was quoted saying, "This is not a near miss, this is a direct hit." Residents are being told to expect 2 to 3 feet of snow by Saturday with consistent winds. Mayor Muriel Bowser warned Washington residents, saying that this storm has life or death implications and should be treated as such. To any of the people living in the affected areas, stay warm and know that you are in the hearts and minds of the rest of the country as you go through this bitter storm. In world news, a University of Virginia student has been arrested in North Korea. 21-year-old Otto Friedrich Warmbier was detained on the 2nd of January in the capital city of Pyongyang and has been accused of an unspecified hostile act against the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Described by many of his friends as exceptionally smart and his own university as an intellectual risk-taker, Warmbier was preparing to leave the country after a 5-day trip, says Gareth Johnson of Young Pioneer Tours, the agency that organized the trip. With Korean news agencies being run strictly by the state, it is unclear what exactly has become of the young man or what plans have been made for his future, but this move is certain to elevate the already high tensions in Washington. By now, we've all heard of the standoff going on at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in Oregon. But it seems that there is a new set of players coming to defer the group led by Ammon and Ryan Bundy. According to the Christian Science Monitor, several local residents, including environmentalists, hikers, and birders, are weighing in with their message to the protesters: go home. While there are conservationists here in the rural West who actually appreciate the Bundy's political message of the federal government failing to manage and preserve the nation's rural landmarks and conservation areas, most are agreeing that this standoff is only giving them a bad name. While I personally agree that public lands should be turned over to the states, who are more capable of managing and protecting them than the federal government, these Oregon occupiers are really demonstrating the wrong way to bring about this conversation. One Idaho resident, a conservationist named Gina Knudsen, was quoted as saying, "In a way, it's a gift to us, what the Oregon occupiers are doing. Nobody was paying attention to this before. Now, given the fact that the Bundys don't get a lot of sympathy from folks out here, it's forcing us to have a conversation of what would we do that's smarter than that." 2016 has already seen the loss of many of entertainment's best. With the death of the legendary David Bowie and the loss of Alan Rickman, there's been no lack of reminiscent videos and Facebook posts, but there was another death last week that really hit home with me. On the 18th of January, TMZ reported that Glenn Frey, co-founder and guitarist of the Eagles, was found dead at the age of 67. Reportedly, Frey had been dealing with complications from rheumatoid arthritis, acute ulcerative colitis, and pneumonia, which he succumbed to on Monday the 18th in New York City. Glenn co-wrote and sang most of the Eagles' biggest hits, including Take It Easy, Tequila Sunrise, Lion Eyes, and Heartache Tonight, to name a few. He also co-wrote Hotel California and Desperado with Don Henley, earning 6 Grammys with the band while also having a successful solo career while the band was on hiatus in the 80s. Don Henley told TMZ, "He was like a brother to me. We were family, and like most families, there were some dysfunction. But the bond we forged 45 years ago was never broken. We built something that has lasted longer than anyone could have dreamed. But Glenn was the one who started it all. It will be very strange going forward in a world without him in it. But I will be grateful every day that he was in my life. Rest in peace, my brother. You did what you set out to do and then some." And that's where I'm going to end today's show and leave you with the question, what's your favorite Eagles song? Mine's got to be Peaceful, Easy Feeling. Make sure to check out the links to all my social media pages, those links will be over here, to suggest stories that you've seen from the week and discuss any that I didn't cover this week. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel for next week's episode of Eggroll Times. Bye-bye!